Welcome back to Fallout, the board game. We're playing as the Vault Dweller, who's now addicted to buff out. He's become a junkie, but he's also idolized, so he's an idolized junkie. All right, we're just going to begin. Of course, we get 2 actions per our turn, and we were heading up to the CIT ruins because we have a couple of agenda items, or a couple quest items there that we're looking to deal with. One of them is Edge of the Knife. The other one is Resonance. So our first action is going to be to move, and we're going to move 2 spaces, 1, 2, because a move action gives you 2 movement. All right, here we are at the CIT ruins. Now we can't interact with the ruins because there is an enemy there. But what we can do with the enemy, of course, is we can fight it. And so we are going to do just that. For our second action, we're going to do a fight action. So we're going to be taking on the Mr. Gutsy. And the Mr. Gutsy is a level 2, and we have to hit him in the arms twice, but we will be using our handy dandy plasma gun, and our plasma gun lets us re-roll on intelligence, agility, and luck, and we have agility and luck, so we're going to get 2 re-rolls, and so let's get set up here. We're going to get the dice tower out. We're looking for just arms, which is not the easiest thing to do, but we're going to see what happens. So we'll come right back, and we're going to have this fight with the robot. All right, we're taking on the Mr. Gutsy. This could be pretty dangerous, but we'll see what happens. And what do we have here? Well, our first roll, we get 2 body hits, and we have an arms, but the arms has 2 hits on it. We're definitely going to re-roll these ones. Yeah, so there's only 2 sides of the die that have arms on them, and they both have hits. And so we have 2 re-rolls left, so I guess we're gonna live with that one. We're gonna take a bunch of damage, but this is a re-roll for agility. Come on. Ooh, 2 bodies. Wow, this is bad news. And we get 1 more re-roll for luck, and that's it. So we may fail this fight. And we have just not taken out the Mr. Gutsy. Oh, this is painful. Painful, I tell you. Because we've taken 3 hits, and we only hit him once. We needed to hit him twice, and we didn't do it. Darn it. But we do have our vault suit, which gives us 1 blocking armor. So we're going to get rid of 1 hit, but we still get hit twice. He's a level 2. And that means, unfortunately, we're going to take 4 damage for failing for that fight, and we didn't even kill the robot. Damn it! All right, let's take our lumps and carry on. See what happens when you become addicted to buff out, kids? Stay away from drugs. All right, let's take our damage and do the end of the round. Well, that sucked pretty heavily. Drugs, don't do them. All right, we're going to lose 4 health. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was pretty lame. All right, we're going to zoom back out. We're going to have end of the round. Okay, so we're going to draw an agenda card, which will, of course, be end of round. So we're going to see which enemies activate. Oh, wow, lots of them. So the shield activates, but because we are have loyalty to the Institute, this is not going to track us down. It's not going to move or do anything. Really nasty monsters activate, which is... these guys, and robots activate. Are you kidding me? I think the Mr. Gutsy, now that I've aggravated it, I believe it is going to attack me. But once again, I'm going to have to check the rules. I think it does attack me because it has the gun symbol. So I'm just going to check the rules quickly. I'm pretty sure it attacks me, and we're going to come back, probably have another fight. So indeed, once again, the Mr. Gutsy is now attacking us. This is not good. So again, we need to hit him twice in the arms on the dice. We get 2 re-rolls, so let's see what we can do. Come on. And all right, this time... Mr. Gutsy is not so lucky. We actually get 2 arm hits. This is much more like it. 2 arm hits and 2 hits to us. So we kill the Mr. Gutsy. That's going to give us 2 experience, which is awesome. We're going to block one of these with our armor, but we're still going to take one hit, which is going to be 2 damage. And so we're going to have to process all the stuff. And I think we just finished Edge of the Knife as well, which is one of the quest cards because we've just killed a robot. So let me zoom out and we'll get all this taken care of. All right, so a bunch of stuff to take care of here. Okay, we kill the Mr. Gutsy. We don't kill him, we destroy him. He's not alive. And that's going to get us 2 experience points. We took him out with the plasma gun, so he's going to go to the bottom of the robot pile. And before I forget, we're going to replace him with another robot there, the CIT Ruins. There's more than just the Mr. Gutsy hanging around apparently, but we don't know where this one is right now. Okay, that's going to get us, like I said, 2 experience points. So we're going to go 2 experience, which is 1 and 2 means we level up. Right on. So we're going to level up. And of course how leveling up works, we reach in the handy dandy Crown Royal bag. We're going to pull out 2 tokens and we get to pick one of them. And we have this time strength and intelligence. All right, you know what? We're going to take intelligence because that works well with our plasma gun, giving us yet another reroll. And it's going to let us help us when we do the test for the CIT Ruins. All right, so strength goes back in the bag. And that was a pretty good level up for us. Excellent. And we did get rid of a robot. So we're going to zoom down on the Edge of the Knife card. And we're going to take a look and see what happens by taking out that robot. All right, so here we are with the Edge of a Knife quest card. We just killed a robot. So what happens here is we're going to go down the card and it looks like we get a thumbs up. So we're going to get an agenda card. So let's hope this is going to help us out with influence points. And it's security. For each space that the Institute is ahead of the railroad, we're going to get a bonus influence. So this is going to give us 2 influence at the moment. We already have one of those cards. So now we have 4 influence plus the other card we have. We actually have 5 influence at the moment. Wow, on our way to 11 to win the game. 11's pretty far. All right, continuing on, we also are going to stage 139 and then we're going to get rid of Edge of a Knife. So let's go ahead and stage 139 and see what it has to say. All right, so the 139 card that we're staged is On the Hunt. It says the Institute has sent one of its elite coursers to the wasteland to recover its property. They would be eternally grateful and pay well if you would help secure it. Place a quest marker in your space. This is Olivia. All right, so the quest markers are these little triangular looking things. So we're going to place a quest marker at the CIT Ruins. That's going to represent Olivia. Okay, that's pretty cool. It says survivors in the same space as Olivia gain an action. So we can have an action test charisma 1. 1, that seems pretty easy to do. We don't have charisma, so we won't reroll. Move Olivia a number of spaces equal to the amount of successes by which you exceeded the test. So that is going to be something that is ongoing that we can do. And our first action we can do is lead Olivia to the courser. Olivia in the super mutant camp. So if we move Olivia into the super mutant camp, I don't know where the super mutant camp is. Oh God, it's probably somewhere in the extremely hostile lands. That's our first option. And turn the camera off. We're going to take a look at our second option. All right, looks like our second option is to kill the courser. Okay. So if we can go to the super mutant camp and draw and fight a humanoid or a raider token, and that would be killing the courser. So those are two courses of action. We can either lead Olivia to the super mutant camp. Of course, we have to find it, or we can kill this guy by going to the super mutant camp and taking it out. So it looks like bottom line is we have to find the super mutant camp, which I'm sure is in the hostile territory. So that's what On the Hunt is. So there you have it. So let's continue on with at least another turn for this episode. All right. Well, that was the end of the round where the Mr. Gutsy, after we provoked it by shooting at it with our plasma gun, violently attacked us with its flamethrower, but we managed to take it down by taking a bit of damage, unfortunately, which I don't know if I took the damage. I can't remember if I took 2 damage or not. I don't think I did. We should have taken 2 damage, which would have taken us from 12 down to 10, which gets us dangerously close to getting killed and knocked out. But I think we're going to do our first action for this round. We're going to camp. Now, if I've messed this up, I'll correct it in the notes. So we're going to end up getting 3 hit points back for camping. So 1, 2, 3, we're up to 13. And we can unexhaust our buff out because we're addicted to it. It says if you're addicted, you cannot discard this card, and it costs 1 cap to unexhaust. So we have to spend a cap to unexhaust it. So we only have 3 caps. Wow, we have really no money in this game at all. But now our buff out is available again. During a test or fight that uses strength or endurance, we can exhaust it to add a hit. So may or may not come in handy. So that was the first action, was us to rest. The second action, I do believe we are going to follow the coordinates to the CIT ruins. We're going to try to find the Institute. We are at the CIT ruins. We have an inactive robot. We're going to try and do that quest activity, which is to try and find the Institute. So we're going to take a look at that card and see what we need to do, and then we're going to be rolling some dice. All right, so we are, for our second action after camping, we are going to attempt this resonance quest activity. It says, so after we've torn the person apart, we found some indication from the Trivian Man, the Institute, and the coordinates of the ruins. So here we are at the Commonwealth Institute of Technology. So we follow the coordinates, we explore the CIT ruins, trying to find the Institute. So we had that dust up with the Mr. Gutsy, who pounded us pretty hard. But now we're at the CIT ruins. We have endurance and intelligence. We have intelligence, and our vault suit gives us endurance. So we actually have 2 rerolls, but we need 4 successes to try to find the Institute. So let's get out the dice tray, and we're looking for 4 successes, and we will end up having, well, actually we can have 2 rerolls plus the buff out if we really need it to give us 3 rerolls. Again, looking for 4 successes. All right, here we go. 4 successes, and we do get 2, possibly 3 rerolls. And we get absolutely, well, we get 1 success here. Why it's so difficult to get these dice out of here. We have 1 success. Let's do 1 reroll for intelligence. Let's see, come on, we need 2 more successes, or 3 more successes. All right, and we nail it. So we do now have our 4 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. All right, we have found the Institute. Well, what does that mean? We're going to have to consult the card again, and we're going to see what happens by us finding the Institute. All right, we have found the Institute, and it means that the Institute is going to go +1 on the track. All right, so we're going to advance the Institute 1 down the track. It's now 2 away from the railroad, which means we have 2, 4, 5, 6. That just put us to 7 influence. All right, so 7 influence. That's pretty awesome. But let's continue on and see what else it has to say. So, all right, we get 3 caps. That is excellent. We need cash because with our buff out addiction, of course, we need money to keep using our buff out drugs. So that's 3 caps. That's going to give us now a total of 5 caps. So that's better than 3 for sure. And that looks like we're going to stage 2 other cars. So we're going to stage 18 and 67. Then we're getting rid of this one. So let's take a look at 18 and 67. All right, so 18 is Uncover the Railroad. Impressed by your resourcefulness and persistence, the Institute brings you into their trust. All right, we are loyal to them. They are developing the most advanced technology ever conceived, but are threatened by criminals calling themselves the Railroad. I think they were just impressed by our plasma gun, because that's pretty cool. place railroad members equal to survivors. Well, that's just going to be one, each on a settlement, one per settlement, starting with the highest level settlement. Well, let's go to the board and do that. And then we're going to see what options we have for this card. All right, well, taking a look at the board, our highest level settlement is either Diamond City. Oh, no, it is Diamond City. Diamond City is a 4. Rocket Station's 2, Hoffman Farm 2, and that's the only settlements we have. So basically, we have the railroad member at Diamond City. All right, good stuff. Now we're going to take a look at the card again. We're going to see what our 2 options are and go on from there. So that was Uncover the Railroad 18. We still have number 67 to investigate as well. All right, so let's take a look at option 1. Option 1 says, hunt down and eliminate the criminal railroad agents. So we have to kill the last railroad agent on the map. Well, we only have one at Diamond City. Sounds like a plan. But what is our second option here on the card? Let me just come right back and we'll take a look at it. All right, and the second option on the card is locate the railroad headquarters to give them support. So we have to find the railroad, which is way down in the bottom right corner of the map, and we have to fall in with them. So those are our 2 options. We either take out the scum railroad members, or we go and rat on the Institute, basically, by going to the railroad and joining up with the railroad. So those are our 2 options for 18. Now let's take a look at number 67, which was the other card that is going to get staged. All right, so 67 is Vault Rumors. Cool. Every year, new unfortunates appear out of the wasteland, claiming to have been banished from an underground bunker made before the war by a company called Vault Tech. Perhaps it is worth investigating. So option 1 looks like many of the Vault exiles are caught by raiders. You might be able to get something off of one of them, so we can kill a raider to get the information about these alleged Vault dwellers, which we are one ourselves, so we need to get information by killing a raider. Let's look at option 2. And our second option is see if you can find an old exile who will sell you information. So we can do a quest action there by going to any settlement and spending 4 caps to grease the palm of an old exile who will give us some information. So those are our 2 options for Vault Rumors. Now back to the main board to end off this round, and I think that's probably going to be our playthrough for today. Alright, so we did a camp action and we explored the CIT ruins, and that's basically the end of our turn. We've had our 2 actions. We've got some Vault Rumors now, and we have an objective to complete to help us, or help the Institute, get ahead in the game on the wasteland. And we're also on the hunt, which means we can either move Olivia to the super mutant camp, or we can go to the super mutant camp and take out the courser. So those are our actions. But of course, the end of the round, we have to pull an agenda card. This is the last agenda card, so something else is going to happen here in the game now. And what activates is the Institute, which is friendly to us, so not much is going to happen. And god dang it, it looks like that super mutant who's been tracking us across the waste has finally caught up to us. I do believe he's going to attack us. And before we do that, and before I forget, we have just used our last agenda card. So what we do now is we shuffle the agenda deck, which I'll do behind the camera so I don't knock things around, to reset it. But what's going to happen now, because we're playing a solo game, it's the faction that is farthest behind in influence, which happens to be the railroad, is going to move 1 up on the track. So that resets our agenda cards. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to come back because the super mutant is going to be attacking us after we reset the track for the railroad. All right, so as per the rules of the game, when you run out of agenda cards, you shuffle, and for solo, the farthest behind faction moves 1 up. So that closes the gap again in influence. So the nice little 7 influence we had has now dropped down to, or no, we had 5, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, now we have 5. Yeah, we had 7 influence, Now we only have 5. Of course, we need 11 to win the game. We want the gap between the Institute and the Railroad to be as large as possible so that we can get more influence, try and win the game. All right, ending off the episode for today is going to be that rotten super mutant is attacking us. And we're going to go see what happens there. All right, so what happens here is the super mutant is adjacent to our space. And he has the pistol icon, which means he's going to attack us. We also, though, have the plasma gun, which also has the ranged attack ability. So normally he would attack us and get +1 automatic hit for ranged. But because we both have ranged, that doesn't take place. However, we still are going to have a fight. Now this guy is not the simplest guy to take down. He's a level 3. So let's keep in mind every hit we take from this guy is going to do 3 damage. So we've got to hit him 3 times. We have to hit him head and arms 3 times, but we're using our plasma gun, which means we're going to negate the loot. We're not going to get loot for this guy. So, we'll see what happens. All right. And because we're using our plasma gun, we are going to be able to re-roll 3 times because we have intelligence, agility, and luck. And we have intelligence, agility, and luck for our plasma gun. So we get to re-roll 3 times. We're looking for 3 hits on arms and head. So let's see what we can get. And it looks like we have 1 hit on the head. And these 2 are body hits. They are misses. We're going to keep that one. So remember, we get 3 rerolls of any dice we want. So this is our first of 3 rerolls. And what do we have? Oh, and we're looking for arms. We're going to keep those arms. This is a double hit, though. I don't think we want to go with this one. We're going to try and get a little bit less damage. We have 2 rerolls left. So let's hope. Now, I could have killed him right there, but I would have taken a mountain of damage from this guy. So let's hope with our 2 rerolls left, we can take a little less damage. And that's a body hit. Oh man, this may be stupid. All right, our last reroll, which is, well, that's our last reroll, which means we're going to have to live with it. Now, we did kill the super mutant, so that is at least something. However, the super mutant didn't go down without a nasty, nasty fight. So we've got 2 arms and a head. That's 3 hits. That is enough to kill the super mutant. No problem there. We don't get the loot because we used the plasma gun. So we basically, he's just a sticky pile of melted super mutant goo. We're going to get 3 experience though, which is really awesome. And what else is happening here? We, unfortunately, as 1, 2, 3, there's 4 hits there. And our vault suit is only going to block 1 of the 4 hits. So we're going to take 3 hits. Each hit from a level 3 enemy is 3 damage. So we've just taken 9 damage from this guy. Holy man, that is brutal. That's 9 damage. So let's zoom out and take our licks. All right, well, we have to take 9 damage. Holy man. So we only have 13 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are down to 4 health. Our rads are at 1. We're very close to being killed, basically, or knocked out in the game. You will respawn. Wow, brutal. But on the upside, we get 3 experience for taking him down. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. So we're getting closer to leveling up again. We're idolized. We're addicted, though. That's not good. And there's not much we can do about that. Now, did I forget anything? Yes, I did. We need to now replace the killed enemy with the closest mutant thing, and that is over here, the railroad, face down. So there's another mutated enemy out on the board, and so I do believe, I think we're going to leave it off there. This playthrough's gone on long enough. Again, I'll leave notes and stuff if I've messed things up, which I hope I have not. And please check the comments as well, because there may be corrections or clarifications there as far as things are going as well. And that is going to conclude our episode for today. So this is Fallout, the board game. We're sitting at 5 influence. We need 11 in the solo game to win. Seems like a pretty tough go. I told you it would be a fairly long series, and we may not win at all. So once again, thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, and your likes. I really appreciate it. So join me next time for the continuation of Fallout the board game. I think we may head to Diamond City, hunt down that railroad marauder, railroad member, take them out, and see where we go from there. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.